Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching. Thank you for checking out the Tuesday Tirade Entertainment Talk. That's right, we have a show today that may or may not include Tom. I don't know. I haven't heard from him today. Hopefully, he's getting some much needed rest. I don't think he sleeps very much, and I think that happens a lot when you're on YouTube. You don't sleep nearly as much as you should. But we have many folks here joining us here in the crowd. And again, this is an off-time show. We're going to move it to correspond with the rest of the country and their time shift. For whatever reason, it didn't get done this week. So hopefully we'll recalibrate this to get it more close to what everybody's midday looked like, what everybody's lunchtime looked like before. So this will also be an abbreviated show, only about 45 minutes, because I have a very important show to be on after this one as well. I have to go over to Street Smarts and hang out with Mad Mardigan at the Mad Barber Entertainment channel. So that'll be happening right after this one. So real quickly, saying hi to the chat. What's going on, Lord Thoth? Good to see you, my friend, and good afternoon to you. Biggles Mets, how's it going with you, my friend? I'm glad that you're here. Accidental Tourist is as well. Good to see you. Runner, what's up, Runner? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. And of course, Aluvriam Imakara is here. Woohoo! No goldfish tank problems today. Well, we are really only going to have two subjects, so they're pretty straightforward, but they're going to take a little bit to talk about, and hopefully we can have some positive thoughts towards things that are going to be happening later in the week, and positive conversation around that. The Islington girl is here. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Keely Chow, what's going on? Oh no, I'm already losing an hour from watching Batwoman. Yes, you are, but we'll get this together. Yeah, 45 minutes. I'm very, very sorry. But unfortunately, again, because this show didn't move, again, that's on me. I apologize to all of you. When the clocks changed, I have to readjust that for next week, but it does make this show about an hour shorter, an hour and 15 minutes shorter or so than it normally would be. What's going on, Dragon King 27? It's good to see you. Hell, Kashik Queen, what's going on, Amber? It's lovely to see you. And stream shared on my new bloggy thing here. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, anyway, guys, today we just want to talk simply about the things that are going on in entertainment primarily, and thank you very much for the Doomacorn, Amber. Doom. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. But there's a lot going on in the world of entertainment, but nothing more important than the Snyder Cut, right? We have events tied to that here coming up on Wednesday on Snyder Cut Eve. That's right. We have a new holiday. It's called Snyder Cut Eve. And in support of the Snyder Cut and surrounding that, we, of course, have the charitable event that goes with that over on the Geeks and Gamers channel that's run by Uche Nwaneri. And you can definitely go over there and check that out. Hopefully a mod here can drop that link into the chat. I know almost everybody here already knows about it. I know everybody here is probably planning on checking it out. Zack Snyder himself will be there as well with Jeremy and everybody else on G&G. Again, you don't have to be a fan of the Snyderverse for DC. You just have to be a human being to participate in that charitable event, as it is for self-deletion awareness and prevention. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be an amazing thing, and they will get some of my money, of course. Not just as a charitable donation, but there is an auction going on simultaneously. In fact, tomorrow's video on my channel is in promotion of this, as well as some of my thoughts and a little bit of a new intro, just specifically and solely for this event. So did spend some time with that, and as a community, our charitable giving is pretty substantial. I have a feeling that this is going to put us somewhere as a community over like 130,000, if not more, in charitable donations in the last 3 months. That's pretty substantial, especially when you're talking about organizations and causes that truly are deserving, from childhood cancer to human trafficking, and now awareness and prevention of self-deletion. And again, I'm using those words on purpose because YouTube doesn't like the word that I'm replacing. I'm using those two words to replace. They just don't like it, which I understand. Again, I get it, but still, we have to be able to talk plainly as adults, and all of my streams are marked 18 plus, so that in case somebody says an offensive word, or we accidentally say one of the questionable words on YouTube, we don't run into trouble, right? So, Apollo Patriots here. What's up, buddy? You're uploading 3 videos. That's awesome. Can't wait to check those out. Love those things. I really am looking forward to a little more Ghost Recon Wildlands play on my PS5. Gonna try to get that downloaded and going on there here soon. Iluvriam Imakara says, "Heck yeah, charity." And we're supposedly the goons. No, we're not the goons. I mean, we know that. We've been called names, and far worse, for a very long time, because we didn't like an entertainment product. We have narratives written around that by supposedly reputable news sources, from the New York Times to Newsweek to many other places, that just, they really are, incredibly disingenuous, and yet people still pay attention to this incredibly slanted media on a day-to-day basis. It's actually pretty disgusting and disappointing. You would think people would know better at this point in time. Biggles Met says, "I think Jeremy said he isn't going to be on because he wants the people who love Snyder on there." Oh, I thought he was going to make an appearance. Well, I hope he changes his mind if he really did state that, if that's the case. But he does deserve it, because despite the fact that he isn't a Snyderite, right? He wants good things for the fans. So hopefully he makes an appearance. I really do hope. Shamrock cheers, everybody. Well, thank you, Philip Demick. It's good to see you. Good afternoon, Ed Brewer. It's good to see you as well. We have Brightest Day here. What's going on, Brightest Day? And Angry Vader. What's going on, my friend? Hopefully I'll perform better in Mario Kart coming up here soon. Guys that have watched me fail, it's been terrible. So, oh, wow. Jeremy commented on your video. It's gold. That's awesome, dude. I'll have to check that out. Matthew Anderson is here. What's going on, Matt? It's good to see you. Wildlands is amazing. I will get it again on my PS5 if you want someone to play with. Excellent. Well, we'll have to coordinate at some point, Biggles. I think that'd be a blast. I really want to promote your channel. And I've got some other ideas for some intro stuff for you too. So I'm working on that. I'm also working on one for Thomas Gilkey, which I hope to have completed by the weekend for him. I like doing those intro thingies for people. What's up, Memes? It's good to see you, my friend. We need to coordinate at some point to do a discussion about things. And Jeremy Swiggs is here. What's going on? Stone Cold Jeremy is in the house. He says, "Cheers, CC. Cheers, chat. Have a beer." Absolutely. Thank you, Stone Cold Jeremy. And as author Stephen Walton said last night on Comics Division's channel, your support has been amazing over the course of the last year and a half, 2 years. We truly appreciate you. Matt G is here with the All Mandy All the Time promotion of her book, the new Wart the Wizard 2, the Portal of Echoes. Be sure to check that out, as well as our friend Fatal J, a member of the Dark Council, who is a Snyderite, huge supporter of the Snyder Cut. I can't wait to see it, guys. I don't know where you guys fall on that, but we will definitely hop onto that being our first story to talk about. What's up, Parrot Head? It's good to see you. Pod Racing Palpatine is here, and he says, hello there. Now that's pod racing. I know that's coming, so I might as well do it now. Willie Woodward has showed up in the chat. Good to see you, Willie. And yep, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you stopped by the. Oh yeah, I try to make an appearance on the Inquisition all the time. Most of the time, I'm lurking in the background because I'm usually doing 2 or 3 things simultaneously. But it was fun to participate over there. And Doomcock and Gary deserve a lot of attention. They're doing great things, and they always have. So as we start to build an audience, let's just dive into the first article, shall we? And hopefully if Tom wakes up, he'll join us. Otherwise, like I said, this is an abbreviated stream, so we've only got about 32, 33 more minutes to go. So let's get through our 2 stories, guys, okay? Here we go. All right. This is a weird thing. Zack Snyder's Justice League, what the critics are saying. Now, I covered this very, very briefly today on the 6-Minute Daily, and I wanted to get a little farther into it to give you some perspective of how somebody who's giving a negative view is going to present this, and somebody who's giving a positive view. Now, this article you can find in the Hollywood Reporter. So if you want to see it for yourself, you can, but we'll share it here very quickly. I'm very much looking forward to the Snyder Cut. Hopefully you are as well. The reviews give praise to Snyder's directing style and ability to offer more depth to characters, but emphasize a confounding runtime. Well, they don't like a long movie. I don't mind it at all. I can hit pause and go to the bathroom. In days gone by, we used to have intermissions. You'd have a 15 or 20-minute intermission. We'll give you an opportunity to refill your drink, get more popcorn, go to the restroom, the whole 9 yards. We miss that kind of elegance in society, and we do because of all the time-saving devices. We have the time to spare, or we should. If not, then we're going about things in life very, very wrong. But anyway, we'll move forward through this. So the reviews are in for Zack Snyder's anticipated Justice League cut. Of course, they're putting it this way. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read from here on. Snyder had to remove himself from the project due to a family tragedy, which is the whole point of the fundraiser we're going to be participating in on Wednesday, Snyder Cut Eve. Despite extensive reshoots and a new start, Whedon's film left fans convinced that Snyder's original take on the film before handing the reins over was being kept from them. And it was. So a fan movement was created, and so was a hashtag, release the Snyder Cut. And again, we'll be seeing that on March 18th on HBO Max. So here we go with the article. It will be an entirely new thing, and especially talking to those who have seen the released movie, a new experience apart from that movie, Snyder told the Hollywood Reporter, also noting that he has not watched the version released in theaters. Interesting. DeFore is quick to note that comparisons to the 2017 version are inevitable, and Snyder's cut is an improvement in some concrete ways, thanks to a more coherent plot and tone, substantially improved FX, and better photography. However, DeFore writes, the movie's soul, which as it is, remains unimproved. And at 242 minutes, very few of them offering much pleasure. Now, this is somebody who's somewhat in favor of the film, so he's got some obviously negative takes as well. Though the expanded version may be exactly the product desired by the legion of Snyder fans who cried to the heavens for its release, unfortunately, non-members of that cult will find it, they're calling us, will find it just as unenjoyable as the original. Interesting. DeFore further adds that the new cut remains testosterone. Yeah, again, I forgot. I'm confusing him with the person that likes the film. This guy's an interesting person. Testosterone, whatever that is, monotony, that it's from its first chapter. And some of the battles here might play well if repurposed in other comic book movies, but they're just numbing in this film. So he was unimpressed with how the director's exasperating epilogue. No thanks, guys. This was more than enough. So Karen Han credits herself as a Snyder apologist. Therefore, it's not surprised to find that the critique is quick to applaud the film for being remarkable And Snyder's distinctive directing style and aesthetics sets the new Justice League apart. Well, of course it does. It doesn't have atrocious filtering and other garbage that goes along with it. Anyway, so I'll read here. 4 hours might seem unnecessarily long, but in this case, it allows for time to see these characters when they aren't superheroes and makes them more human as a result. Han writes, Han explains in detail how Snyder has established himself as a director who's impossible to imitate. And this new cut proves a movie with a clear director's touch is more compelling than a movie that's made by committee, which we'd all heard about the Warner Brothers involvement, or is involvement the right word? Influence? I'll let you guys pick your adjective there. But anyways, Snyder's Justice League is more in a way that most films wouldn't dare. And after a year of no theaters at all, a movie that makes me long to return to a multiplex to see more movies that commit so completely to a vision that it's impossible not to be swept away. So, and a lot of people are having positive takes on this. It looks like in this article they presented a negative one right away. After you go through it, you're going to have your own conclusions, and that's kind of the point, right? We all kind of want to draw our own conclusions from the film. But critical acclaim is important to some people, as our awards, right? Especially to studios, because I guess they grant prestige. But those awards are playing to fewer and fewer in the audience. You're seeing less of an audience response to the Golden Globes, to the Oscars, and of course to the Grammys, which we'll talk about here in a couple of minutes because I want to round out today's conversation with that. But I have a real feeling that a lot of us are going to appreciate the way this film is cut because you're going to see the purpose of the mother boxes. You're going to get to see who the big bad was going to be in the Snyderverse. You're going to get to see all those amazing things. And let's see what we're doing. Oh, Philip just had a Shamrock Shake. That's awesome. And an Oreo Shamrock McFlurry. Wow. Doubling down, my friend. Good for you. Oh, here we go. Ed Brewer. Snyder got to hear all criticism and ideas for how to make it better, so it should be pretty epic. Oh, absolutely, Ed Brewer. I'm very much looking forward to the film. If I never met Ryan, I would not know about the Snyder Cut. I am hyped. A lot of people are. The Snyder hype is a real thing. It's really, really cool. I'm very excited about that. Pod Racing Palpatine. Way to steal my thunder. Don't make me unleash unlimited power. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal your thunder. Lurking in the background, listening to Udemy courses. Good for you. Good for you. CC, let Tom sleep. Absolutely. He is so cranky if he doesn't get his 8 minutes of sleep per week. Absolutely. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz. I want him to sleep. I want him to take care of himself. And I do find that amusing as well. Unlimited power is the name of my dog. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can't get a big drink at the cinema anymore. No. As you get older, it's too hard to take care of, holding that stuff in before heading to the restaurant. But there's a great app for that. When you go to the cinema, you can get it on both iOS and Android. It's called Run P. And you can actually look up the film that you're about to see. And without really a lot of spoilers, or if any at all, it will tell you about how far in you can go and what dialogue line to pay attention to so you can run to the restroom and not miss much. And then when you're in the restroom, you can tap a button on that app and it will describe you what you're missing during that period of time. And then you can run back to the theater and catch up. Pretty cool. Check that out. I would like to see a Deathstroke movie. Absolutely. That would be crazy. Coherent plot, those still exist. Apparently so. And again, you have 242 minutes. I guarantee you there is a coherent plot. There's a lot here, guys. If you string something like this together in an order like that, you're gonna. I don't know how you can go wrong. It's 4 hours of amazing. 4 hours and 2 minutes of amazing. So you take out the 8 to 9 minutes for the credits on the front and back end, maybe a little longer. Hard to say, maybe longer because again, it's a director's cut. a lot more people to thank. But you still get, nearly 4 hours of amazing content. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I love it. I hope everybody out there loves it. And I am so happy for the fans that made it happen, the people that spoke it into existence. And I speak more about that in tomorrow's video. So if you get a chance tomorrow, check out the Wednesday video drop. It's going to go out before we get invested in the charity stream later in the day. And it's in promotion of those things. So it's very cool. Not having Darkseid is like not having Thanos in Avengers. 100% memes. 100%. And look at what Darkseid looks like in just the tiny little preview elements that you've seen. Freaking amazing. Look at Steppenwolf. Holy cow, man. Holy cow. I mean, these are what we're supposed to see. Yeah, superheroes are too manly. Haha. Well, yeah, I guess that's what that testosterone. I don't even know how to say that word. I don't even know that it's actually a word. But it's crazy, and it's not a cult. No. You can point. See, there's a certain amount of dogma that goes with certain movements, but I don't hear the same thing coming out of the same people that support a Snyder Cut. Unlike some current political movements that have been afoot for the last 10 or 15 years. Especially of late. That are apologizing for bad behavior and for destroying people's lives. Not apologizing for doing those things. So it is what it is. Yeah. See, cult. Try people who want to pay for a film that they were promised years ago before everything went south for Jack. Absolutely a Louvrian. I couldn't have said that better myself. Yeah, people wanted to see what he had in mind. Perhaps had he gotten his way. Maybe the Snyderverse would have come together in a better way. Maybe we wouldn't have got that excuse for a movie, Wonder Woman 1984, which was terrible. It failed in so many different areas, including its soundtrack, its story. It essentially had two intros and not a great finish. It didn't have a bad guy. It handled everything incredibly poorly. I'm very disappointed in what happened with Wonder Woman 1984. But again, it speaks to somebody who wants to put an agenda in front of story, and then blatantly ignores the fact that there was definitely some a form of abuse done to the person whose body Chris Pine's character inhabited. Right? So it is what it is. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz puts it correctly, and I couldn't say it in the time that I was describing it, but yes, Warner interfered with the film. Warner interference, absolutely. Very good. Meddling is another word. It's the correct verb. RE, movie studio involvement. 100%. Meddling is also an excellent word. Good to see you. All right. Deathstroke solo movie cut. Well, how about just, a Deathstroke movie? I don't think I want to combine Solo in there. Solo was a terrible film, as it was evidenced by its reshoot, and I don't even want to get into it. It was garbage. What's going on? Latino Slant is here, guys. Latino Slant's got a great channel, amazing content. I love the 1 minute news where we get El Mundo. I love it. It's great. Check those out. Check out his Movies to Lose Friends by streams with Yeti Cast. Those are excellent as well. Hopefully, I can participate in one of those again. And Latino Slam, man, I gotta get you on the Sunday Culture Review again, because I'm afraid we're having a hard time just hanging out. So, and I miss hanging out with you, man. I really do. See, everybody's like, plot. They have those. Absolutely, they do. They really do. What's up, Comic Chat? There is a Deathstroke animated movie already out. No, absolutely, Danny. I really want to see a live action Deathstroke. I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of us have talked about that. There are so many characters I want to see represented well. I want a real Green Lantern film, even if they brought Ryan Reynolds back. Just do better. I mean, there was so much room to do better there, right? What I don't want is a watered down Blade film, right? But no, Danny, I agree with you. There is one out, but I want to see live action. I think a lot of people do. But it's good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're here, my man. Appreciate you. Dude, I want to see Ben Affleck's Batman movie. Well, hey, if this is successful, Willie, I think that AT&T is going to look at it as like, we can continue on with the Snyderverse and with the other stuff we're doing. I mean, you're going to get a sparkly Batman movie whether you want it or not. As I pointed out the other day, it's wrapped production finally after a year. That never happens. Of course, this was a heck of a year, right? And they had starts and stops on it and everything else, and a lot of rumors. One that actually, might sell the movie a little bit to some people who are testosterone driven. If you're a little bit on the toxic side, but I don't believe that rumor at this point. I mean, there's not been a lot of corroborating story around it, and from all evidence, those two folks didn't like each other on the set, so hard to say. But yeah, I hope the Snyder Cut is a success as well, Willie. So let's just see. The Islington Girls. Yeah, I just make sure to visit the restroom when I get there. Yes, restart the cycle. I'm great as long as it's not a 4-hour movie. I think you'll still be great anyway. And if you have the opportunity to see this wherever you are, and I think you're in the Great White North, if I'm not mistaken, I think that you will get it distributed to you, whether through HBO Max or whatnot up there, and you'll be able to break that up. You don't have to go to a theater to see it, but it'd be nice to see it in a theater. I think I'll still see it in a theater, possibly. Hey, Culture Casino, I just finished watching Batman versus Superman on HBO Plus. Well, El Punk Tracy, good. Don't watch Josh Whedon's thing. Try the Snyder thing first, then watch Josh Whedon's thing, and then cry or whatnot. /R. Watch it for the plot. There you go. Brightest day. Absolutely. Yeah. How about watch it for the plot, the story? How about watch it for the quality? And the vision. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz says once the theaters reopen, I think a new rule should be any movie over 2 hours long should have a mandatory intermission. I truly miss them. I mean, even in let's say a Blu-ray cut of Ben-Hur or something, they still have that beautiful scored intermission period, that you can skip past if you want to, or include it in your viewing. And I loved that. I thought that was really cool. I think I'd started to see that on a few of those lengthy movie DVDs and stuff, and I loved it. I could get up, I could make a snack, I could go to the bathroom, I could sit back down, watch the thing. It was great. If I needed to skip it, I could skip it. Let's see. Did you send Tom to downtown Beirut for Undercover Boss Beirut Post Office Worker Edition? No, I did not. I hope Tom's doing all right. He might be involved in another project or another show. I don't know. I thought moving this back a little bit would have made it easier for him. Again, I'm moving this, guys. I know the clock's changed. This show should have moved with it. It didn't. It's going to move next week, so we'll be moving the time back to something more midday for most folks. So don't panic. This just happens to be just a little bit off by about an hour, and that's on me. But it'll go back to where it should be next week, except for people in California or the West Coast, I should say. Dark Side is going to be amazing. And again, I mean, you want this to build. You want Darkseid to be the big bad, and you want to keep building around him all of the villains that support him, much like they did with the Marvel version of things, right? In the second and third phase, you want that big bad, and you want to have the ultimate confrontation with the big bad, and you want to continue to build out the Justice League. I mean, this is just Justice League Part A. There's more to it. You could have another one. You could actually have you could recast and get a good Flash. I don't know that Ray Fisher will ever work with Warner again. That is a real shame. But they can recast Cyborg, although it's kind of an ancillary character. Lorena Creel, it's good to see you. And with the new logo, check it out. Check out Lorena Creel's channel. Lots of cool stuff coming up, including the Cameron Pasha interview that I thought was this weekend for some reason, but that should be pretty cool. I was advertising that 3 or 4 days in advance. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer has more testosterone. Yes, Keely Chow, than anything on CW. Absolutely, yeah. And the CW again, it's talking in hallways, talking at lunch tables, talking at dinner tables, talking in the cafeteria, talking outside. It's terrible. All they're doing is sharing feelings. There's no show there. They're not confronting any problems. It's awful. Yeah. Biggles, I liked 84, but it was a bad movie. Well, again, I always tell people, like what you like, love what you love. There will never be any doubt about what I like and don't like. But at the same time, I'm not going to tell you what to like or not like, I'll just tell you what I think. Hey, what's up, RC from the NYC? Good to see you. Good to see you again, my friend. Good to see you twice today. Hopefully, everything is opening up well and things are going positively in your neck of the woods. Yep, I didn't like it either. And nope, Patty Jenkins is no Marty Nixon. No, absolutely not. Greetings, my excellent friend, says Martin Acosta Santana. It's good to see you. Yep, glitter bomb for sure for the Batman. Yep. And Commander Ed Straker is here from Shadow. Good to see you guys. Well, on that note, I'm going to jump forward because we can talk about how awesome the Snyder Cut's going to be, but we're never going to make it to the second part of the conversation I want to have. We only have about 10 minutes for that, and then to wrapping everything up. So let's jump forward and check out the thing that I want to talk about, which of course is the Grammys. The Grammys was so poorly done this year. It gives us an example of how hypocritical the media is when it comes to calling things out and pointing stuff out as problematic, especially the thing that happened with the two women gyrating against each other in that very suggestive way. It is what it is, but that isn't even my problem with it. It's continuing to lose ground. I'm going to continue to bring this out in the open because they're turning off an audience. They're only speaking to a tiny fraction of people, and most people that are considered normies are waking up to this. There's still people that are swallowing the narrative fully. Again, they're not engaging with the concept that they've been lied to for as long as they have been. But let's just take a look. Let's take a look at the ratings. These are the real ratings. We're going to look at the finals. I think, yeah, we're going to look at the ratings finals, the official broadcast nationals that they expected to rise, and they didn't. Even with the not very much anyway. Even with the addition of the West Coast numbers, which weren't actually reported in the early ratings. Here we go. So right now, the Grammy Awards adjusted to 2.2. It's down 58% from 2020. 58% from 2020. That's how much of an audience they lost. Do you know why? People are done with this. At least I think they're done. They're done with being preached to by Hollywood. There was and the entertainment industry as a whole, because the Grammys are the music stuff, but nobody was interested in this, and nobody even knew it was going on. Do you know why? Nobody's watching TV anymore. They're not watching broadcast TV. They're hardly watching the streaming services, and you're going to see a pretty decent response to the Snyder Cut. But when we start seeing real numbers that are starting to become more and more transparent as services launch that are able to track this better, like the partnership between Roku and Nielsen that I was DMing with Willie Woodward about, I think last night, you're going to start to see more and more of this. But as you can see, when we get to the Grammys here, you have adults in the sales demo ratings. You have 18 to 34, you have 1.7. You have a 2.28 in the 18 to 49 adults, right? That's the broader group. That's right before they think that you're not buying stuff anymore because you turned 50 and for whatever reason you don't buy stuff. And so from 25 to 54, notice how they've extended these groups now up to 54. It scored a 2.81. Okay. So these are the way it breaks down. More women watch than men. Not surprising. Award shows are usually not oriented around that. And adults 50 plus, it's only 11.3. But they had 9 million. That is such a drop in viewership. It's insane. They really aren't pulling the numbers that they used to. And they're not going to because they're trash. They're trash. And here's, by the way, just for fun, this is Batwoman, right? Look at this, guys. They have invented new number systems for Batwoman. And we talked about this before, right? We did. 0.04. Look at this. Charmed is 0.07. They are sub 0.1. How often is a show still on the air when you're sub point something? You're not. Look. 500,000 people. This is a stretch too, by the way. And less than 500,000 people for Charmed. Ouch. CW is garbage. And you know what? We all know it. And so do they, by the way. I mean, you're going to see a significant you're going to see a significant change in how much they can charge for advertising over there. Well, and across the board, all of everything's losing money, in especially sports. I mean, this correlates with the concept that the All Star game dropped substantially again after it dropped substantially last year. When you start to do the virtue signaling and backing these extraordinary radical movements, uh, you're having problems. So anyway, I don't want to get into all of that. I just want to say Grammys fell apart. We were predicting it. It came to pass. So nobody should be surprised. It is what it is. Now let's get to some of these chats. We'll see where we go. All right, here we are. The Islington girl says, I don't think anyone knew or cared the Grammys even happened. No, nobody did. Again, there's a handful of people that are involved in the entertainment industry. If everybody and their families are watching it, that's the kind of ratings you would expect. Somewhere between 5 and 8 million eyeballs. And they got just slightly more than that. So many people didn't even know that was going on. Lorena Creole, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. And I think I saw you say I was wonderful before. Thank you. You're equally wonderful, my friend. So I hope I hope the rest of your workday is great. So Lord Thoth, I'm good with two women gyrating. Yes, but again, it shines a bright light that on network TV that's acceptable, but we have to remove certain episodes of certain shows, or we have to put a trigger warning on there. You don't think that's a triggering event that they knew was going to happen? Because I guess they had rehearsals and things, right, guys? Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. I disagree, Culture Casino, because of how minor a character. Oh, Steppenwolf is in the fourth world. You could easily differ. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. We can definitely talk about it, my friend. I haven't been on your show for a while. Have you been doing live streams? I don't even know. Oh, hey, what's up, Soul Assassin? Good to see you. Didn't know there was a Grammys until all the Bill Burr hate the next day. Oh, absolutely. Well, I saw the Bill Burr hate splash right after he did the joke and saw the clip. But here's the thing. We knew it was coming. They were just looking for an excuse. Since his somewhat supportive comments about Gina Carano happened, we knew that was going to happen. They were going to cancel him. They're going to go after. Disney already gave Rosario Dawson a warning. There are plenty of stories about that. And if she steps one toe out of line or somebody sees something going, they're going to try to cancel her as well. And believe me, there are still a lot of people out there in the world that don't think cancel culture exists. Well, they're just not paying attention. We want to unperson you. We want to unperson you. They want to unperson Bill Burr. And did you see the racial garbage that was thrown at him and his wife, who happens to be, black, by the way, by a blue check mark on Twitter, which means they're verified, toolbox. And all that guy doubled down on it. I mean, this guy is incredibly. If you want to call somebody out for racist, it's that. If you want to call major institutions out for racist, you don't have to look very farther than Columbia University, considering now they're holding segregated events for graduation. Because that's the direction all of this woke, radical leftist stuff takes you. And that's it for politics, guys. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to get off on it. I don't want to do that. I want to talk about the entertainment stuff. So the Grammy Awards failed, right? And they're going to continue to fail because people want to avoid the political crap that I just found myself leaning into. Because everything has it in it now. So let's talk about good things like the Snyder Cut and what's going to happen on Snyder Cut Eve. So on Wednesday, tomorrow, you'll be able to check out my video when it drops midday and then be able to go and participate in an amazing charity event over on Uche Unwari's channel. Hopefully one of the mods has that ready to click and throw up as a link in there, because I'm trying to wrap this up and I don't think I can make that happen in an expedient period of time. But be sure to check out the charity auction, even if you can't contribute $1, a nickel, a dime, or whatever your currency is. Share it out, participate. Make that one of the biggest things of the day. We really want to get behind this charity. It's very personal for a lot of people in the community, and especially for Zack Snyder, which is why his participation will be happening there. And it's amazing to see. And again, maybe you've been called a bunch of names for being in support of the Snyder Cut, but I have to tell you, that's okay. You can call me a name. You can try to cancel me. That's all right. But here's the thing. It's not going to change the things that I want to support and love and want to give my money to. And let's give money to things that aren't giving us that stuff. Yeah. Oh, wow. Check it out. Matt G for $5 says last two Toxic Femininities went a record breaking 4 hours. I know they've been going super long. So I hope Tom's sleeping. And Toxic Femininity is Snyder Cut. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? I will be seeing Mad Mardigan over on his channel, Mad Barber Entertainment, almost immediately after this show, within 15 minutes, because we're going to end in about 5 minutes now, guys. But you can check it out. We're doing Street Smarts today. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a two-parter, Matt, if I'm not mistaken. And those are an awful lot of fun. We have Street Smartiest, Smart, or whatever. One of our community members who's been big supportive. So he got a special title from Mad. So that's kind of cool. That would be Kip Ellis, by the way. So it's going to be pretty awesome. So, Kai MFS is here. Kai, I want you to get your game show back running, bro. Hurry up and get moved. Yep, you can find me over there. Yep, absolutely. There's the link to the show, guys. If you want to check that out, get that ready to go. I will check my DMs, my friend. Absolutely. You betcha. Let's see. .04 is like writing part of your name on top of a quiz. No, absolutely. That's what the ratings are, Louvrian and Makara, especially for shows like Batwoman and Batwoman, as some people call it, and stuff like that. So that's not great. So you can find CultureCasino and more interesting people than Mad Mardigan at. Dude, I love you, Kai. I love you, man. Promote your stuff. I love it. Yeah. Is the Superman and Lois show good? For the 2 episodes that I've seen so far, yes. From what I'm to understand, after episode 6, it's not going to go in a direction any of us are going to appreciate. And there's that. Oh, RC from the NYC says, on the CW, Superman and Lois is surprisingly a good show. There you go. 3 episodes in, and I'm going to keep watching it. It's the only show on that network that I see. Excellent, RC. I just hope I'm wrong, or I've heard incorrectly that it's going to go downhill, but I will be watching episode 3 when I get a chance and continuing to catch up and things like that. So unfortunately, they aren't putting it up against something that's going to challenge it, and that audience has an opportunity to build. We'll see. Ed Straker. I did not even know the Grammys was on. Yeah, bad PR, no doubt. Plus, best quality acts have had 0 chance to win for the last 10 years. Plus, absolutely. Yeah. Because it's about something different. It's no longer about the music. Just like everything else, it's about something different. It's not about the actual entertainment, which is a problem. It's a problem. I haven't watched any award shows in a very long time. L Punk Tracy, you are not alone, and those numbers are dwindling across the board. And any sport that went in support of some political movement, those ratings have suffered as well. There are a lot of NFL fans that are never going to go back. And it's punishing a lot of these companies that have been trying to do that. Yep, Trevor Noah will host everything going forward. Yep, absolutely. Yep. It was very disgusting. Yeah, Principal Snyder. There you go. Look at all you people. I have a shirt with the link in the description. Awesome. A short vid. Okay, cool. All right. Be sure to check that out. Thank you, Kai. There it is, guys. This is on Uche and Wari's stream. Be sure to check that out tomorrow. You can go over there now. They're already, they're over 17,000 now, or they're at 17,000, I think, or they were at 16,622 last time I checked. In fact, I think that's actually the number that's reflected in the video that I have posted for tomorrow. But they could be well beyond that. I think going in, we could be sitting at 20 grand before that thing even goes live. And we haven't done the auction yet over there, or I should say they haven't. I'm participating in it, so you guys are too. So I guess saying we is probably fairly accurate. But we haven't seen what happens there yet at the end of the day, and I think they're going to exceed the $50,000 goal. That's why I think we're going to be well over $130,000 in donations in the last 3 months. Which, let me tell you, it's dang impressive for this community, especially during all the financial hardship and everything else that people have had. Yeah, I've been seeing this. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're being couched in a very negative way, using some very bad words. Absolutely, Cavatanio Che. Absolutely, my friend. And it's disgusting. Hey, Tommy, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's going on, my friend? Hey, Culture, any truth to the culture we've... No, it's garbage, and it's very funny. So I'll lean into all that stuff. I have good humor. I can take a joke. So but no, it's not true. I have amazing hair. So, all right, guys, we are going to wrap up. I'm sorry I didn't make it to everybody. I really am. We have not a lot of time in this episode, and I'm glad Tom was hopefully resting. Hopefully, he's not streaming elsewhere, and he forgot about me, which he would. But anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to look at my DMs very quickly to see if I missed anything from the great Latino slant. That Oh, hey, I really wish I had time, my friend, Polly, but this is not the show for that. We can definitely do that in the future. You know, I love music. We should have a Grammy conversation. That'd be a lot of fun on this, and we could get Tom in here too. Hopefully that week. Maybe we can do that next week. Let's look at doing that next week. Yeah. So, look at you. Yep, already contributed. Good for you, Biggles. Like I said, the community is amazing. We are very lucky to have each and every one of you here, and I appreciate all of you. I know I say that a lot, but I genuinely mean it. You guys, I'd be here alone yelling at a camera if it weren't for all of you. Thank you so very much for supporting my channel and so many other independent creators. Keep doing that. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others, my friends. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. It really is. And until next time, bye.